Yeah, we woke up to leave for Jonesboro, Arkansas, and the battery was dead. So we just hung out in the hotel lobby for a little while, and then went to Rendezvous, and then that stop, Jonesboro stop, ended up getting canceled, but we made it to Dyersburg. Yeah, no, this is a little much for me, but it's not terrible. I thought it was gonna be worse.
How's your arm feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, this offseason's been going awesome. I'm really excited to get down to Florida. My bullpens have been great, and I'm really happy.
Gordon, you've spent the majority of your career professionally, at least as a starter, but you do have a makeup where you could be a reliever. Have the Cardinals had any conversations with you about what your role is going to be this spring, what they would like to see you try?
They actually haven't. I think I had a lot of conversations with the coaching staff at the end of the year last year and kind of coming into the offseason just about if they wanted me to do a specific thing. I think they just wanted me to focus on just overall making my stuff better, being more consistent, fixing any mechanical flaws. But coming into spring training, I think it's going to be based on whatever the team needs. Obviously, it's always an open competition in spring training. We signed a ton of guys, and it's going to be great for the team. I think the pitching staff's going to be great this year, but it's going to be based on whatever the team needs this year.
What's your focus been on this offseason? You had up and down season. What have you focused on? Are you trying to improve pitches or what?
Yeah, I think after I came back from injury, my mechanics took a little dip. So just kind of making those back to where they were when I was pitching at my peak. And then other than that, just getting faster, stronger. This offseason has been focused a lot on nutrition. I feel like my other off seasons, I've kind of had the pitching aspect down well. I've had the lifting aspect down well. And that nutrition aspect had been lacking a little bit. And I think this offseason, I've taken a lot more focus on that. And I just feel way better just in everyday life and lifting and throwing. So I'm happy with it.
Well, I think you kind of isolated and looked at kind of what you could do just generally to keep your body strong to make sure like fatigue stuff doesn't set in your arm. Was that part of that, the nutrition aspect?
Yeah, it's definitely an endurance thing. I mean, if I'm going to be a starter, I need to be able to go 7 innings. Like that's where my value is. If you're not going 6, 7, then they're going to put you in the bullpen. You're going to be the long guy. You're going to be a setup guy. So I would love to stay as a starter. I think that my value is greatest there. So the overall total aspect of nutrition and being healthy, that's a big part of that.
When you come off the season like what you had, right, when you missed a good amount of time with injury, just what is the big takeaway for you in the offseason? Have you experienced that setback in one that you mentioned kind of personally?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just doing whatever I can to keep my body in check, keep myself at 100%. I think one of the biggest things that people have stressed to me, like your number one ability is availability. So you're not going to get called up if you're hurt. So just I feel like that if I'm healthy and I'm pitching where I should be pitching, I'm going to get that opportunity, and I can't wait for it.
Well, you alluded to it, but you said you want to be a starter. And when you saw some of the starters get signed this offseason, what still goes through your mind? And how does that factor into the way you're approaching things on this spring training?
I think the guys they signed, I think it's going to be fantastic for the world. I mean, guys like Sonny and Lance and Kyle Gibson, they have amazing reputations throughout the sport. But aside from them at performance standpoint, like Sonny, he's one of the best dudes in baseball. Like, you've never heard a bad thing about him. Lance is very well respected in the organization. I think what he's going to bring to the culture of this organization as a leader and just as somebody who's very outspoken, I think that's going to be great, especially for young guys like me. It'd be great to learn from him. And Kyle Gibson, you haven't heard a bad thing about him in baseball, and he's pitching great. So I think these additions that they made will be awesome.
When you go into the spring, are you telling yourself, I need to pitch as well as I can, or are you saying to yourself, I want to make this team? And are those things different? Can I do the same thing?
I mean, going into spring, I think last year I tried to do a little bit too much just to be in my first big league camp, and I think that kind of took a toll on my performance a little bit. But this year, it's just going and be me. Like I know I'm there for a reason. They wouldn't have invited me if they didn't think that I could make an impact on this team. But so I'm just trying to pitch the best that I can and try to do what I know that I can do, and hopefully it pays off.
Does having the knowledge and the experience of a spring training and kind of knowing the way things work down there, do you feel like that gives you confidence going into another one of like now it's kind of old hat, you've experienced it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this spring training, having the experience from last year is great. I mean, not even just being able to experience it last year. It's just I played with 90% of the guys that are going to be there this year. I know them. I'm more comfortable. They're just more guys that I can talk to, and it's like the coaching staff in the big leagues is fantastic, but where you're learning the majority of information is from the rest of the guys on the team, and just being out there with them and helping each other out. It's awesome.
Well, you and McGreevy have kind of been on a similar path together. How much do you guys lean on each other, share ideas, help each other, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it a lot. Ever since we were together in low A, we've gone over scouting reports together. We've compared hitters in the lineup, what we were trying to do to certain hitters, and compared arsenals and stuff. We actually we were at Austin Love's wedding this past offseason together, and we were just talking shop and talking about the offseason, how everything's going, and it's been nice. It's nice to have somebody to go through that same journey with you and know that you're not in it alone, and you have somebody every step of the way that's kind of shares in what you're going through.
Or just as far as like location and kind of training, a lot of the offseason been the same for you?
Yeah, I'm still in Jersey, still freezing, still at the facility up in North Jersey, and it's been great. It's been a great spot.
How tough was it for you? You're a bulldog on the mound. You always want to be on the mound. How tough was it for you to not rush yourself back from injury last year?
It is really, really hard. I hate being sitting in the dugout and feeling like I can't, like there's nothing I can do like for my team. Like that's the worst feeling in the world to me. But the training staff in Memphis was fantastic. Henry Torres and Dan Martin, they did everything they could for me to help me get back in as quickly as I could. But I also think that time that I took, I saw the game from a different angle. I mean, the guys that I was with in Memphis early on in the year, like Matt Lipitor, Dakota Hudson, James Nill, like those guys, they have been playing this game way longer than I have. They've seen a lot more. They've been to the big leagues and they've been back down. So just kind of sitting with them in the dugout and just talking about the game. And Dak would come up to me and be like, "Hey, what are you going to throw right here?" And just kind of thinking about things like that, being able to just think about the game in a different way, that helped me a lot while I was injured. Like kind of one, took my mind off it, and two, you just think about baseball in a different way, and it helps eventually.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Gordon.
Thank you.